Hi, everybody. It's Patrick and Heather here this morning. Hey, we were having a discussion with someone about relationships and how we can get stuck in these ruts, and we can tend to just kind of go around and around and around. And we were talking about how in an argument or a disagreement, we all have our own fighting style. We all have our own argument style, and it literally is characteristic of the things that we've done so many times in the past. So I want to show you a quick slide that looks at like the relationship hamster wheel. When we have a belief or a thought that's negative about our partner or even about ourselves, it actually can be the thing that starts the fight. And when we have that thought, it leads to a belief, or we have a belief, leads to a thought. The thought leads to an action. So what we do become our self-defeating games. And so I'm just going to show you this. And I want you to think about this. Put yourself in that spot. What are your typical self-defeating games in a relationship? So take a quick look at this.
We can actually map out our fights or
So,
arguments. We don't really fight.
Exactly. No, we don't. But we're human. We spend a lot of time together. And so everything that's said gets processed through the brain, creates a thought that creates an emotion that then creates a reaction. And the results that you get are dependent on what those are. So imagine that we are going into the day, and for some reason, I have this belief that she doesn't love me anymore. Well, if I have a belief that says she doesn't love me anymore, my brain goes to a place that doesn't feel good. Well, maybe I'm not worth it. Maybe I don't belong in this relationship anymore. Maybe she doesn't care about me. Maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe I've never been good enough. And I can make up all of these stories. And when I have these stories from things that have happened in the past, they lead to these emotions. These can lead to things like anxiety. They can lead to hopelessness. They can lead to sadness. They can lead to anger. They can cause me to shut down. I'm not even going to tell her what I think anymore because she just doesn't care about me. They can lead to shame. Maybe that person in your life said, relationships don't last, or this is never going to work for you. And you go to that place and you just, it creates this negativity. Then you start playing the games. What is the game that you play? Do you quit? Do you shut down? Do you turn away and go, it's just not even worth it? Do you roll your eyes and cross your arms and just like sit in silence? Do you act confused? Why is this happening? I can't believe this is happening to me. I don't know what's going on in this situation. I don't know how to control this. Shutting down. Do you procrastinate? It's not that big of a deal. I'll deal with it when it's a bigger issue. I'm just going to put it off. It's not a big deal. I know it hurt, but I'll deal with it later. Maybe you turn to drug abuse or alcohol. You know what? I just can't handle this. I'm just going to go grab that bottle of wine and I'm going to drink it until I could care less.
Or shopping or gambling
or porn or whatever it is. What do you do? What's the addiction that you turn to? The other one is maybe you pick a fight. She might just ask you a simple question like, what are you doing? And you might get all offended. It's none of your business. I already told you what I was doing.
What do you think I'm doing?
Yeah. And just start the fight because you know how this is going to end anyway. Or maybe you just blame the other person. You take all of that negativity and you go to your friend group and you go, my relationship doesn't work. He's such a jerk or she's such a jerk and nothing works out. She never listens to me.
If only they didn't blah, 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 right?
Yeah. And when we do that self-defeating game, usually it gets us more of what we don't want. It amplifies that feeling. See, I'm not worth it. I don't belong. She doesn't care about me. I'm not good enough. I might as well give up. And this wheel goes around and around and around.
I can't ever think of a situation where it's brought anybody happiness and joy and more of what they wanted when they come out of it. Usually we end up feeling worse about ourselves. And then it can start a whole other swirl.
Yeah. So this conversation over the last couple of minutes has raised your blood pressure. And you're like, oh my gosh, this is me. And I do this all the time. This is what we do for a living now. We help people get rid of those negative beliefs because those are not the truth about you.
And they don't actually have to do with what's happening in that current situation.
Absolutely.
That's like the mind-blowing part to me is we bring in stuff and we think it's in the now and we think it's between the people in the room. But when you really step back and look at it, it's beliefs that we've had for a very long time. And something that has been said or done has just triggered that belief in us, which triggers that thought, which triggers that feeling, which makes us want to react.
Exactly. And so this is what we do full time now. We've been pharmacists for over 40 years between the two of us. But we found that medications were only one small piece. And if we can change your mindset and change your thoughts and get you different results, your life will change. So we work this wheel backwards. We understand, what are the games you're playing? Why do we play those games? What was the thought that occurred? What is the feeling where did that come from? And how do we eliminate those? Because if we change a thought and we change a feeling, then we change an action and we get different results. So click the link below, come join us for 15 minutes. We'll have a quick discussion. Bring your biggest problem and say, all right, show me how you would deal with this, and we'll walk you through it. Because our goal is to empower you to live the life that you want in peace, happiness, abundance, significance, connection, and with an open heart. That's what the Fast Go Way is. So looking forward to meeting you. This is your opportunity. Jump in. We will sit down, we'll have a conversation and tell you how we can help. Have an awesome day.
You deserve it.